Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Laneside Reviews, and on this episode we're going to be looking at the Ebonite pivot point. Alright guys, so welcome back. As always, I am Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and as we said, we're going to be looking at the Ebonite pivot point. Now, the original pivot that came out was a very, very strong ball. A lot of surface in its hybrid cover stock. It was one that we really enjoyed when we went to one of the demo days. Now they've come out with the new pivot point, and I think Scoops is going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, they kind of went back to a pearlized cover stock with the pivot point. And but unlike other pearlized balls, this ball was very strong still. I had to keep it inside and play it out.
Yeah, usually when you get into a pearlized ball, it becomes a little bit weaker reaction down lane, and this one was anything but weak. But rather than listen to us talk about it, why don't we take it to how we had it drilled up, and we'll see how it stacked up lane side. Alright guys, so here we have Wayne Porter, our low rev, low speed player.
Yeah, he's bowling on the KEGEL Main Street oil pattern.
Now, Wayne looks like he's playing in 11 or 12 out to 10, which is pretty much his bread and butter shot.
Yeah, this is where he's been playing in league. You can see it's going down smooth for him and hitting hard.
Yeah, now the original pivot was a hybrid cover stock, and that creates a little bit more of an arcing motion than this one. This one is definitely opening up his angle of entry, being a little more angular down lane as it comes into the pocket.
Yeah, you can see how far it goes down before it makes its move, and then it's right there at the pocket.
Yeah, and that's good for straighter players, especially lower rev players, to allow them to get into the pocket and not leave so many flat tens.
Yeah, very strong reaction.
You see, it has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I think he's got one more shot up here. Now, with Wayne's lower rev rate, this ball really does well for him, because you can see, even if he misses it outside a little bit.
Yeah, it's got recovery, yeah.
Yeah. Next up here, we have Scoops himself.
Yeah, this ball I got to play in a little deeper and got it to flush down. Because it's so angular, I had to make sure that I got it out to a good point so it made its move, so it didn't get behind the headpin for me.
Yeah, it looks like you really have to project it to, looks like about 5 that you're playing. Rather than rolling it, you're getting a little more speed down lane.
Yeah, I had to kind of push it out a little further, just to make sure it got the carry that I liked. Great carry though when it got there.
Yeah, you see it hit a little bit light there.
Yeah.
Still had some energy down lane, which is nice, because if you get a ball that you're throwing out really far, sometimes it tends to run out of energy.
Yeah, it just kind of by the time it gets to the headpin, it's kind of dead. Hits like a marshmallow. But this one, all that energy's still there.
Yeah, absolutely. We got one more shot here from Scoops.
Yeah, I normally don't get to play this deep and that far out at the same time, so this was a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, it's nice, because if you're playing in deep, you're usually just tipping into the pocket, and this actually got you some angle.
Yeah.
Next up, we have myself. Now, I usually play a lot of non-pearlized equipment, simply because when a ball gets really angular for me, just like Scoops was saying, it comes in behind the head pin and tends to leave a lot of splits. Now, this ball allowed me to kind of square up a little bit more, play it more. Oh, I got away with one there.
Yeah. But that's a good example of where if you get too tight, you get behind the head pin, where you have to get it out to your a good break point, like you're going to get on this one.
Yeah, I got to tighten up and play a little bit farther out, because I did have the angle coming back. Yeah. But I did have to watch my speed, just because if I got fast, it would definitely get farther down.
Yeah, and then once again, you're going to be behind the head pin flashing.
Yeah, and you can see I'm definitely playing it deep. Looks like I pulled in a little bit farther there, playing it in around the 5th arrow out to 10.
Which is a nice shot to play in a league or something, because not a lot of other people are going to be able to play there. So yeah, you keep your shot there for a lot longer, right?
Especially if there's a lot of track area or you got another power player.
Yeah.
There. And next up we have our guest bowler, Cameron Hurtubise, who's our extreme rev rate player. almost at 600 revs, this ball is definitely something that normally he wouldn't get to play because it would project so far down.
Yeah, he was really enjoying this ball. He could come off of it as hard as he wanted to, and he didn't have to baby it at all.
Yeah, normally Cameron plays a lot of weak equipment, a lot of entry line equipment because of his amount of axis tilt, because of his hand. And this ball was able to clear the heads fine, but didn't create too much angle for him.
Yeah, very control. He had control. You can see there.
Yeah, it just kind of rolls up for him.
Yeah.
So we can see that Cameron is playing pretty deep as well. Let's see here, he's playing just over 5th arrow, out to just inside 10, looks like 8.
8, yeah.
So normally Cam actually would play a lot deeper than that. He'd play it out to 5 and really swing the ball.
Swing the ball in, yeah. He likes to cover as many boards as he can.
And it was interesting with the pivot point, it allowed him to kind of tighten it up and still have the carry without, without losing that angle. Yeah.
Alright guys, so that about wraps it up for our look at the Ebonite pivot point. If you like what you saw this week and want to find out more, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Laneside Reviews.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Laneside Reviews and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So until next time guys, we'll see you Laneside.
This program sponsored by Ebonite Bowling. Isn't it time you stepped up your game? Turbo Driven to Bowl for all the Quad 2 inserts and interchangeable thumb assemblies we use in all of our equipment. The Row Zone Bowling Store, located inside the Brunswick Zone, Mississauga, for all your pro shop needs. Dexter Shoes for the Dexter SST8s. And Bowlerama for supplying all the lanes we film on.